And hello, my friends. This is the map we're looking at today, the Changing Cove by Mr. Janleon. When the young beaver apropos wooing opened the book of regions, he looked wide-eyed at his next task, building a new beaver kingdom in the region, in the vast caverns underground, powerful currents that change over time, ancient bad waters opening from the past generations that must be heeded, and secrets buried around every corner, old canals above and below ground that can be used, ancient bombs that alter the region, and water currents that present you with new challenges. This region will leave nothing to be desired if you embark on this journey and fight the dangers that await you here. This was absolutely an amazing map. It was 91 by 241. Nice, beautiful strip. Thank you again, Janleon. And yeah, we'll take you to see how the map gets started. Then I'll take you to go see how the map ended where I'm done. And yeah, this is a Changing Cove. Thanks again for visiting. Enjoy. And here we are. We are looking at the game Cycle 1 Day 1, barely started. And I am going to take you and show you around how this beautiful map starts. Such a lovely map, the Changing Cove. So as we look around here, we can see that got some nice deep water here. This is a little bit too high for us to reach. Over here is going to be late game. I'll let you know now. Because when we start scrolling down, going through the levels... Oh, there we are. This is where we start. Right about here. And as you can see, these beautiful waters. Lots and lots of water to be had there, right? Oh, yes, absolutely. So when we come in... oh my goodness, the shadows. That's right, I turned shadows back on. That's a bad idea. We're going to turn the shadows off. Bad shadows. Shadow off. Now, that makes a lot of sense. Okay, now we can see what we're doing. So, this is where we start. And we got some bad water flowing past us here. Falling down from up above. Goes past us, out off to the side here, down here. It kind of comes in here and goes around. And then when you go under a little bit, you can see it comes out the sides. So, if we go back to how this map was when we first loaded in, we are looking at it from about here. As you can see, it's a nice long skinny map. Beautiful little map. I really quite like it. And now that I've got this back on, you're going to see that there's some unstable cores floating around here. As we go through this map, we are going to see some very unstable cores around, causing us lots of headaches. Because Sir Janleon there, he liked to give us some headaches and pressure. And this map actually took me a bit to get started. I was trying to figure out how to get over here to collect this relic at least. Maybe some of this scrap before it gets blown up. When we look at the later map, we'll see what happens with that. And once again, he's built in some of his tunneling water that comes up and through and up into other areas. So there is definitely some fun to be had. Definitely a lot of bad water up here. And this actually will go and flow down right over here. We'll just peel down a little bit. Comes down through here and creates a nice little waterway through there. And this water here keeps getting flooded because, you know, for some reason there's the bad water source as well as a couple of bad tide drains there. And so it's a nice map. It's a nice map. And this is what it looked like before everything. Oh, here. This is before everything. So, yeah, one final look and we'll just slowly peel back the layers. And then... why is that lit up there? What's going on there? That's weird. Okay, and we'll just scroll down. Whatever that was disappeared. That's good. We see stuff that we might want to play with later. It's a nice little map. Alright, well, I guess I'll see you, on a full map. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. And this is about the same spot that we were looking at before. Now, if you look, you will see that doesn't look quite the same. This is the end that I mentioned was going to be for our late game play. I've done something up top here for sure. My frame rate is poor, even though the game's paused. So we're just going to go down and whoop, leggy. Alright, so we're going to start about where we started. That would be right over here, about where this forester is. That was where we initially started this colony. This is the river that ran along. And it went along out over here and came through here. So, and also went along here. And if you see, I've done my normal, let's bury the water. And I kept the water rivers because that's pretty cool. I attempted to build myself a way of making the water continually flow. I did not succeed. That's alright. My builders are all bored because they've got nothing to do, which is good. And so let's just take a look over the map and see what's happened here. Over here we have my aqua farm. And just because the first set wasn't enough, I did it again. So we've got 2 layers of aqua farms and a giant water tank right next door that supplies water that flows in here, which can also flow down to this level, which can flow back in if it ever overflows, and it does. Down here we've got our maple trees. Over here we've got a geothermal engine as well as our aquifer drill, which I've got just producing water to have it go down here. We've got a giant water tank here, and I will point out a problem when you start doing this. Unless you've got it always full, the stuff up top doesn't grow very well. It dies out, and that's what we noticed in a different corner, and we'll get over there. And I might have cheated and just let the weather run until we just went from a rainy season straight into a monsoon to keep all my water tanks full so things grow. At one point in time, I had a beautiful water set up here. My problem was that it took forever for it to fill up, and the weather mod wasn't working on experimental when I was playing this map. But you can see that I've managed to build out a lot of good farms. That's actually what made me build out over here. Now, I dare say I've got everything going pretty good. The books are kind of low right now, but that's fine. Over here, something's going on with my chestnut farm. What, are they trying to cut these trees down? No? So why aren't you replanting? Who cares? There's a few things that I didn't quite finish off on this one. I was expanding some of my water storage as well. So here's my windmills and my lovely little batteries. Yeah, I think we've got enough power going on though. Supply, oh no, supply's a little low, demand's a little high, but that's okay. We got enough wind turbines to keep those batteries in between. And I've got massive, in attempts to not have that surface die off, I have massive setups of different things here working inside the land, whereas in other areas I just squared it off under the land. And yeah, there was more water flowing in from over here, so this is the top area where we had more bad water flowing, but now it's just turned into plants. Lovely plants. And if we scroll down a bit more here, you can see that over here I had my bad water shunt off out of this particular column. This is the one that used to have an aquatic farm, actually. This area here, oh, whoa, that's not tea, that's tea. Yeah, so here used to be a bunch of aquatic farms. I stripped them out, made a land layer for water, and it still doesn't fill up very well. So yeah, did a few neat things on this map that didn't work out the way I wanted. Over here we've got where the industry ended up. And we've got all the buildings we need, as well as some powered carousels for our lovely little beavers. Over here, we have the beaver housing situation. And you can see we've got some food storages for all the different things here. And they've got to come up through the food storages and the water storage in order to get to any of these zipline stations. And then I just kept adding and adding until my beavers got a little bit overpopulated, around 600. Got my statues in here. And everybody is tappity tap. Mostly happy. I got a couple people injured. Not everybody's using all this stuff, but that's okay. I got distracted, guys. Beaver's Endgame is coming up, and I am pretty much done that one. And I gotta say, it is pretty awesome. So then, we are going to take a look over here. Here's more of the Happy Fun Land, where they're actually happy, because they can actually have fun. We don't need them to be injured. We got a little bit of medical area. Oh, no, that's contemplation. Here's a medical, right next to the agoras. And then, in my traditional fashion, near my industry, I had to go underground and store things, because, I don't know, somehow I'm an underground person here. So we've got a row for all of these, and each one is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 long, and anything that needs to be in a large storage has minimum 9 boxes. Over here, we've got our underground piles. And yeah, we got plenty of things. I love these underground piles. Boy, do I miss them as Iron Teeth. Wow. And then we've got all our liquids over here as well. Beautiful little place. Beautiful little thing. Lots more water storage here. And I was considering leaving this area full of water, but because there was no water, the weather mods weren't quite ready. See, that's what I was working on there, expanding that. The weather mods weren't quite ready. I didn't have it. But then we will go up to the surface here. We are going to unpause the populator and launch it. Will it launch? Ooh, it's choking. Okay. And then we are going to find our spot to go hunker down and watch it. You know what? How about over here by the batteries? That should work nice. Then we'll be able to see them launch. Right about here. Oh yeah, look at that. Fireworks going off. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Zip lines floating around. Yeah, look at it go. Woo! Well, this is the Beavers Changing Cove, made by Mr. Janleon, and he even mentions me in it, so I am super stoked. Yes, I absolutely love this little colony. Hey, look at that. Only 3 beavers floated. 9,000 dynamite. Almost 2 million trees. Almost 150,000 tails painted. Oh, good drinkers, 5.6. 30,000 beavers in 7,000 days. Well, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. That is my beautiful little... No, what are you doing? Game, stop that. I was trying to do... No, not that. I wanted to take the screen... There we go, Steam. Thank you. Alright, well that's it, folks. Thank you so much for joining me here for this one. I've got another one to record, because I'm pretty much done that one. And thanks again, Janleon. You make incredible maps. We'll see you all out there.